This tutorial will be all about invoices, both open and closed, and what you can do in them. We're going to begin using the left side menu, and I want to point out there's two ways to open that menu. One, you can swipe from the left to the right and bring it open, and then back the other direction, we'll close it. Or we can tap the three bars in the upper left-hand corner. Go ahead, we'll click on Invoices, and we can see that we are in the Open Invoice section, and we can tell they're open because the dollar boxes are in blue. If we go to the Closed Invoices, we can see the dollar boxes have become gray. So when we are on the All Invoices section, we can see the opens are blue and the closed are gray. We can move the menu up and just slide the entire screen up and scroll through all of our invoicing. And that's in any one of these listed screens. You can just scroll it up and down. Instead of scrolling through the list, if we choose to search, we can just tap in the search box and type what we want to search for, whether it's make, model, or even by client name. To clear the search box, just tap the X. We can also scan a VIN in the search box just by tapping the little barcode icon. That will bring up the camera. Scan your barcode, your QR code, it'll bring up the VIN, and if you have an invoice with that VIN number on it, it will find it. We can create a new open invoice just from the right side menu. Click the three dots and click on New Invoice. Remember, an open invoice we can continuously add more cars to. So we can have a single car per invoice or multiple cars per invoice. So let's click on New Invoice, and then we can select a client or create a new client. And now we can add a work order to this open invoice straight from the invoice. Click Add Work Order. If you have a work order with that client's name, it will appear in the list. You can batch email by going to that right side menu, clicking on Email, selecting each of the open invoices you want to email, press the email box. From there, you can choose which way you want the email to go. Email from our server or email from device. Now remember, email from device comes strictly from your email address attached to the device you are using. From there, we can go ahead and open up that right side, and we can sign those invoices in a batch signature. So select all that apply or only one. Click the Sign Invoice box. Capture the signature, press save, and this will close that invoice. Remember, a closed invoice is locked. Next on our list in the right side is the Mark Payment. If you select that and click it paid, you'll see that you can only mark closed invoices paid. So you'll have to OK that pop-up and cancel out. Next up is the delete invoice. Here you can choose the invoices you want to delete and press delete or hit cancel. Here's a little shortcut for your most common. Press your finger on the invoice from the main list and slide it to the left, and you will see we have the email and the print preview and the delete. So if you just select your invoice and then slide the screen over, we can press the print preview, and then if we choose to print that open invoice, we can. From there, we will go into the closed invoices. Now remember, a closed invoice is locked. No cars can be added or dollars changed. To bring up that right side menu, we'll just swipe the screen to the left, and we see we have the new invoice, email, sign invoice. So new and email work just like we've always seen, but now in closed, if we tap the sign and then we select an invoice, click sign invoice, we see that we cannot sign closed invoices. So we'll bring that menu back up, and we can actually mark payments in them. Select your invoices, click the mark payment. We'll say this one is paid, so we'll click paid up top. Then I will record the payment type, and down below I will include the relevant note for the payment type. In this case, I would put in the check number. This marks the invoice fully paid. So then we hit save at the end. If we want to print, we can just slide that invoice right over and click the print or email. To mark a partial payment, we can select our invoice, then go down to the bottom and press the payment box. This time we will check the partial up top and put in the partial amount that was paid. Click done. Then we can mark which way that partial was paid and click save. Then that will be recorded as a partial payment. To review a technician's commission pay on an invoice, find and select the invoice, then select the tech pay box. From there we can see his pay in the blue box. If it needs to be edited for any reason, we can click it and edit it, and then click done when finished. To view a signature of a closed invoice, just click on the view signature. Signatures can only be found on a closed invoice. If you reopen that invoice, you will remove that signature. The three boxes in the lower right hand corner, new, creates a new invoice. And if you want to filter your invoices, you can click the filter. Here you can filter by client, any one client, or the repaired by technician as you go down, or any date, including a custom date range. You can also select currency and whether it has been paid partial or unpaid. And then hit apply filter. Remember when finished to reset that filter. Please like us and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hope you have a great day.